Hello.
Hello. Hello, hello, hello.
Why, hello.
Um,
No
I
yawning.
was no no yawning. It's weird. So I was like, okay, well, welcome back to another episode of Crime Cocktails and BS. I was listening to some other podcasts and I'm like, now I'm wondering, like, do they introduce the name of the pod or is it like, do they just start talking?
I think most introduce the
Yeah,
name of the
right?
pod, right? Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
Now it's making you think, right?
Yeah. Well, we do.
Well, we
So
do. And that's because there's so much happening, right?
there are crimes, cocktails,
Cocktails and
and
BS.
bullshit.
Yes, all the things. Speaking of, today we are going to be talking about the Netflix high drama, high impact Baby Reindeer and Fiona Harvey, who has come out saying that she is Martha, the real life Martha, but then isn't the real life Martha. We're going to dive right into it
Yeah,
and
I
everything that's
can't
going
wait.
on there. Yes. And we haven't talked about 90 Day Fiancé in a while, and it was requested that we do so. And
And there are a few
there's so
updates.
much weird shit happening on that show,
There is.
like with the new cast and old cast. So, like, so
Yeah.
much to talk about. But
Yes.
first, as we always do, let's get our palates wet with Kaisa's Cocktail Corner.
Welcome to Kaisa's Cocktail Corner. Ooh. This is called The Stalker.
Oh my God, I love it. That's
Um,
perfect.
The
Is that also
Stalker.
why Dane walked in like a stalker behind you to drop
Like,
it
no,
off?
that's his personality.
I love
Just
it.
kidding.
I love
Um,
it.
this is um he said juice a bunch of celery,
Oh, great.
one lemon, 1/2 cup gooseberries, a pinch of salt, um, and then garnish with a celery stalk.
What's gooseberries?
They're like little sour berries. It's refreshing. It tastes
It looks
like a
refreshing.
diet drink. Yeah,
It looks
but it's
like that.
delish.
I was like, oh, is that like
Yeah,
his take on a Bloody Mary? But it makes sense that it's the stalker and it's celery and
yeah.
all those.
It is really funny.
I love it.
Good job, clever Dane.
I feel like Dane is now having as much fun with this as we are.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is. He is. He's
Oh,
like, what
God.
can I name this?
I
And sometimes he
love
doesn't
it.
really know the topic, so I have to give him the like summary, and then he's like, okay,
Okay, I got
I'll come
this.
up with something. Yeah.
Well, if you're interested in learning more about all these cocktails we've come up with, hit our Instagram and website. You can learn all about them
Website
there.
Kaisa needs to update.
Alex also needs to update, but
Hardcore.
we'll have some time coming up to do those things, which will be
We
great.
sure will. Yay.
So, with the stalker in hand, should we dive into this crazy stalking?
Yeah.
There's no
This has
good way to
like blown
segue
up
into
the
this.
internet.
It really has. And
Like I
yeah,
watched it before people were talking about it. I was like, is this weird? Like I wanted to talk to people about it, but I was like, it's so intense. I don't know if any of my friends will watch this because of the like RAPE stuff. And
yes.
like I was like, and then it blew up and I was like, okay, everyone's watching it.
Yeah, I
So I
mean,
can talk about it.
I think because it's a true story that it's like,
Yeah. Well,
where should we start?
allegedly a true story. I
Yes,
guess we have to say now
it's
because
all
of the
alleged.
legal stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
yes.
wait, quick. They took a true story off of Netflix.
Did
They took
they?
that tag off. They also took the image of Martha off of the front.
Really?
So it's like him or interchanging between him and his girlfriend, that chick.
Yes.
So they're like taking away things that could get them in trouble, I think. Very interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess where to start. I don't have our text up. Where we're supposed to where the starting point is.
Oh, I didn't even think of that either.
So Kaisa and I now, when we decide on one topic where we're not like doing different stories about the same umbrella topic, we've decided we're gonna break the topic up and each of us are gonna cover stuff. And Kaisa's been super
Yeah.
organized with like sending a text being like, okay, this is you, this is me, this is you, this is me. And I didn't write it
Well,
out
for this one, I
before.
gave you like all of
I
it, I think.
know.
I felt bad. So we can just balance. We'll
No, it's
just talk
fine.
about
I
it. We
love
can be
it.
more cash.
I love
I think,
it.
do you have like the overview of what Baby Reindeer is and
The
who
origin story of
Fiona
Baby.
Harvey?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course I
Yeah.
do. So the origin story of Baby Reindeer is Richard Gadd, who actually is in the show. He plays Donnie Dunn. He's the lead character. Um, he wrote this and performed it at the Edinburgh Film Fest. Edinburgh. Oh my God, where is it?
That's hard to say.
Yes, Edinburgh Fringe Festival as a one-man show.
Okay.
Um, which is actually when Fiona Harvey first became aware of it. Now, Richard Gadd has come out saying how important this has been for him to tackle all of these tough themes and how it's autobiographical, which is why when it originally came out and Kaisa just said they took it down, it said, this is a true story. Um, he has admitted that some elements for the show have been dramatized to create added suspense, but he says this is fully autobiographical and it's just as the one-man show was written. He has urged viewers to not go looking for the real Martha, and he's still gone to like conceal her identity still now to this day. And he's gone to great lengths to also keep her identity a secret. Because think about how much he's gone through to like get away from this woman.
Yeah. And how did it? I'm so curious
Yeah,
about the real story, you know?
exactly. So like, who is Martha? Who's the real Martha? Apparently it's this woman, Fiona Harvey, from, I'm gonna probably butcher this area in Scotland. It's called Fyvie or Phoebe,
I have no
Fyvie,
idea.
in Aberdeenshire. She's a lawyer who studied in Aberdeen and said she'll be using all of her legal skills to sue Netflix over her alleged representation. Also, why, like Kaisa said, so many things have changed from when it originally aired. She said she met Richard Gadd years ago when he was a bartender at the Holly Arms in Camden, which is portrayed in the show. And she admitted to befriending him. And she was quoted as saying, like, he's come up with this character called Martha and he has put me right in the frame. This is a program for the 20 somethings, the people with no lives, no jobs whatsoever.
No.
I don't want to be a celebrity. Well, she said she's also never been to jail and that Richard Gadd needs to prove that she went to jail. But like, how can you come out and say that and like you don't want to be a celebrity and yet you're going on Piers Morgan doing interviews? You're saying like
Yeah.
you're not being paid enough. You want to sue Richard Gadd and you want to sue Netflix and you want to sue this person and that person. She also wants to go after Piers Morgan now, saying she only got paid like 315 pounds to appear and she wants like $1 million now. It's like,
There's no legal stance behind anything she's doing. Also, like, how are you gonna sue for defamation if you're the one who's coming out saying I am Martha?
yeah, it's
And nothing bad has happened to her.
no.
Like she's saying she's being harassed, but she's not. Like, I mean, she might be, I don't know.
I
But
mean, maybe on like
it's just
Twitter or
like,
something, but I don't know.
right. It seems like she's flaunting it rather than, you know,
Yeah.
complaining.
I mean,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know why you would come out and be like, I'm the real Martha.
Right.
Who they're portraying as the real Martha. It's like, I would totally keep that to myself. Especially if she's like, I have a new boyfriend. My boyfriend thinks it's crazy. He's also a lawyer. It's like,
I mean, no, that's a lie. That interview was so interesting because she flip-flopped on so many things. She like changed how many emails she said she sent him.
Yes.
She like, you probably have more details, but
Yes. Well, I mean, so she said it's known. Okay, well, here we go. So it's apparently she said she's sent less than 10 emails to him. However, on the show and in the news, it's been depicted she sent as much as 41,000.
yeah. And Netflix has those apparently. Like when they were working
Yeah.
on the show, they have them.
Yeah. And Pierce Morgan also asked her about all the emails, text, Facebook messages. And if it's depicted like it is on the show where she would just put like, where are you? iPhone.
Yeah, from my iPhone
Like
spelled
those
wrong.
can definitely add up. Like,
I love how Pierce Morgan was like, you do know that if you did send these, like we technology
we
doesn't
can find
delete this.
them.
Like,
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, if you're following the Karen Reed trial that's happening right now, by the
Yeah.
way, the other day it was probably the biggest cringe fest ever. Um, so the Karen Reed trial is happening in Massachusetts. It's become like national news. She's being held on trial for killing her ex-boyfriend who's a cop. Well, I guess her boyfriend who was a cop. But this past day in court, they were reading text messages between her and this guy who was a friend, like a mutual friend of theirs. And they're being like, you're hot. No, you're hot. And it's like, you guys are like, have to be in your 40s, like early 40s, late 30s. And you're sending messages like, why do you like me? Like, first of all, you're not teenagers. Second of all, she has a boyfriend. Third of all, like it's supposed to be your friend. Like, this is all very creepy. Um, but it just also goes to show you can delete things and people will find them. Like,
Yeah.
things can be found.
It does not go away. Yeah,
No,
there is data.
it doesn't. Especially if you're like texting like you're a teenager, being like, do you like me? Yes. Sorry. It just like I had to leave the room,
So
like
funny.
physically remove myself from the room
It's
while it
so
was on.
uncomfortable.
It really
It's so
was.
uncomfortable.
Um,
Ugh.
Also, she said she's never seen the show.
That's a lie because she had like quotes that she was
Yeah.
bringing up and she was saying like the baby reindeer thing and like,
Yeah.
well, I guess that's the title, so I guess,
Yeah. And
but
then
she definitely watched.
definitely because then it moves into Pierce Morgan asking her if she was ever in love with him. And she said no, but she like doubled down on the
She
curtains
goes,
line.
yeah, no.
No. Yeah. But she doubles down on the curtains line that said in the show.
Yeah.
And she's like, he asked me for sex. And I'm like, that's exactly how it semi is depicted on the show, but like he explains it from his point of view, thinking like obviously he was joking.
Also, there are tweets that of her saying that, saying her
Yeah.
curtains need to be hung.
Oh, didn't you like you saw all her old tweets, right?
Yeah, it's creepy. It's creepy. They're
It's
also like fake
creepy.
accounts now, so
It's of course there are. It's gonna
yeah.
be like an absolute joke. Yeah. And then she claims she also never contacted him by phone. However, Gad received 300 and over 350 hours worth of voicemails.
And the question when Pierce Morgan was like, how it said you have like a couple phones, and she was like, yes, I do.
Oh, yeah. She said she
Right?
has 6 email accounts and 4 phones. And she said, I like to keep people on different phones and different emails. It's just easier. It's easier. So you have some for utilities, some for close friends, whatever. And then she said, like, one phone was old, one was brand new, likes keeping people on separate phones. Like, I understand, like, having a work phone that's supplied by your work and a personal phone. Get that. I get having a personal email and a work email. Get that. But why do you need 6 email accounts?
I don't know. I mean, I probably have that many just for signing up for like stupid shit. But
Yeah, but like you're
but
not
she's been emailing him with all of them. Like she's
exactly.
incriminating herself. Like all of these answers are like slightly admitting.
Yeah. I still love the from my iPhone.
I know, and I
That's
love
like
how it was
typed out.
spelled wrong
Yeah.
sometimes.
So I watched on YouTube this guy, and I feel stupid for not remembering what his name is, but I will link it. I think it's Observe
Okay.
on YouTube, and he like notes people's body language and things that happen during these high profile interviews. And he has done both Richard Gadd being interviewed and Fiona Harvey. I haven't watched the Richard Gadd one yet. I need to, but I watched the Fiona Harvey one, and I've watched multiple people talk about her body language during it and her eyes fluttering. Like,
It does like weird,
yes.
yeah, looking up to the left, like,
And apparently, when your eyes flutter after you say something, it's you trying to like remember what you said.
oh, that's really
Yeah.
interesting.
So,
Wow. Yeah, she makes really weird facial expressions. And okay, I was just watching the first episode again. The way he describes her is so accurate to what she was portraying in that interview. Like the like no holding back, just like spewing sentences
mhm.
confidently and like
Yeah.
just word jumble answers confidently. Like it was so, I don't know. I think honestly they matched her pretty closely in the show.
Yeah. It's like eerily
Like,
accurate.
yeah. So I don't know. That makes it tough
Yeah.
legally, I think. I don't really know how that works.
I don't either. I mean, I feel like I've never seen anything that's like that says this is a true story. I feel like everything's like this is based on a true story.
Right. And the fact that he's saying like he pulled from multiple different people to create this character, like
Mm.
there are different instances with different people that he added to the story. So I
Yeah.
think maybe that would help in court. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I did some digging.
I love when you do your digging.
I did some digging to find the other victims of
Oh, you
hers
did? Oh, good. I was hoping you were going to do that.
because I mean, in the show, they said that there were articles and articles about her
Hmm.
being arrested and going to jail. And I just like wanted to know if there were any documented people that were coming out saying she stalked me after seeing that interview.
Hmm.
And that when she mentioned, oh, actually, I think it was in the show about her previous boss firing her and
Yes.
she stalked him. It was actually a woman, Laura Ray. She came out saying she's threatening to sue Fiona Harvey for defamation after she stated that on Pierce Morgan that she was harassed by her. Laura had previously claimed that she was targeted by Harvey for 5 years, which is so creepy.
Hmm.
This allegedly resulted in a restraining order and being granted at the Glasgow Sheriff's Court more than 20 years ago. So there's some legal history, which totally like, why would you come out saying that this is you and you're going to sue if
Yeah.
there's a bunch of legal history showing you're a stalker? I don't know. Fiona insisted she wasn't fired by Laura's firm in 1997 and that it was actually her who took out a court order against Laura. Laura was forced to fire Fiona, and then she continued to harass her by showing up to their house, by emailing hundreds of emails a day, by calling the office that she used to work at over and over and over. Like everyone in the office was aware of her and how creepy she was, and she
Ugh.
was, it's just like terrible. There are also several other victims that came forward in their arguments because there's a lot of online like Me Too
Hmm.
arguments. There's also a lot of people saying like we shouldn't be harassing this woman who's mentally ill, clearly. But like I agree with these victims who are saying like she does need to be targeted if she's like ruining several people's lives.
Yeah.
Like she should be outed. It's like
Absolutely.
if this were a dude stalking women,
Yes.
it would be totally different.
Yeah. I think that's where it really gets messy. And even Richard Gadd came out and said it. He's like, because I'm a man being
Mhm.
harassed by a woman, it's not like taken as seriously, or it's not.
Yeah.
It's interesting to kind of see the reverse of like I think the majority of things that happen.
Yeah. That's
Like,
what intrigued me the most out of the show. Like,
mm,
you don't really ever see men talking about their
no.
abusers or like coming out to explain it and even giving themselves like some blame because he did play into her stalking a little bit by
Oh, yeah, but he
reciprocating the attention and
exactly. And
like,
he said it too.
yeah.
I mean, and he even says in the show, I mean, that's why it's like so many things that happen in the show. I'm like, what? I feel like if you're saying it's a true story, like you wouldn't just throw it in there. Like,
Yeah.
especially such vulnerable things that happen in the show.
Yeah.
And him actually admitting, like, oh, yeah, I did lead her on in this way. Or like, I did go by her house. Or
Hmm.
I did listen to her voicemails and they kept me company. Like,
Hmm. And like feeling like it was helping his comedy and like
yeah,
the attention was giving him confidence. I don't, yeah, it makes
yeah,
sense. Like everyone does weird shit like that.
yeah.
We all do things
We
we're
all
not,
do weird
we
shit.
know are bad. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, like what was I gonna say about, oh, I dug up the actual breakdown on stage video of
Oh, you
his,
did?
and it was intense. And you can hear Fiona laughing, or yeah, you can hear her in the audience. People like pulled out her voice from the
Shut
audience.
up.
It's really crazy. So she was there at a ton of his shows. She said she only tweeted him like 3 times. There are hundreds documented like online that people have found. Right
Hmm.
now, as of yesterday, her Facebook was shut down. So nothing is up. But throughout this whole thing, she's been posting on Facebook. She also has horrible posts that are super racist,
Nice.
like terrible. She harassed some security guard because he was black at a store and like kept coming back saying, "Why did you hire this trash person?" Like just going on
Oh
and
my
on.
God.
She's not a good human.
No, clearly not.
I'm just gonna say allegedly because I don't want to get in trouble. I feel like I had more of the actual people that she stalked, but I have a quote that I wanted to read. To those who are trying to excuse or explain her behavior and actions, you really need to suspend disbelief. Fiona Harvey is truly dreadful. She's an individual who caused untold misery to a great more people than is published, and including one person I love very much. This is from this guy named Rob. Whatever her motivation, she is an abusive fantasist who shouldn't be allowed to continue her vendettas the way she has been for years and years and years. Fed up of reading people trying to downplay the impact of her abusive behavior and conduct to those she has abused through her actions. We're not harrowing, alarming, exhausting, and cruel. So she has like truly ruined people's lives over the years, and
Yeah.
nothing, it seems like no serious legal action has been taken. Like she had a couple of restraining orders, but like nothing past that. So I don't know. Maybe she's still stalking someone. Like she
Mm,
seems like she's continuously stalking people. So maybe there's someone who can come out and get her like in actual legal trouble now that there's like more focus on
yeah,
it. That'd be
absolutely.
cool.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool. Let's get her.
Let's get her. Oh man.
Um, Richard Gadd said that maybe the first time she came into the bar, she had just like ended it with one of her stalkers. That's what he thought because she
Maybe.
was so emotional.
That's actually a good point.
Interesting theory.
Oh, that is a
Um,
good theory.
yeah, I totally don't know what order we're talking about this, but I have some other stalkers,
Just
infamous stalkers.
yes, give us the stalker. We're vibing. We're having a good time. This is what it's about. Okay,
Um,
we're gonna keep it cash.
Cash. I let's see. Harry Styles had some stalkers.
Of course he did.
A woman who stalked Harry Styles has been jailed and banned from seeing him perform. Um, she wrote him 8,000 cards in less than a month, sent them to his address.
Hmm.
She called him, somehow got his numbers. She also I think she broke into his house.
What?
Yeah, she like shoved past security into his house and scared the shit out of him. And so she has been jailed. He's also targeted by a homeless man who spent months camped outside of his house.
Oh my God.
That's so scary. And he felt bad for him. He was like, it was really sad to see someone sleeping on the streets, and he offered him money for a hotel and food. But then he started to like harass him as soon as he left his house and stuff
Hmm.
like that, and he felt unsafe and that one's not too crazy. Selena Gomez
Oh, yes.
had a really creepy one. In 2012, a man claimed that he had over 50 conversations with God a day about killing her.
Jesus.
He urged her to file a restraining order against him, saying, I believe that a restraining order should be issued against me to prevent me from trying to contact Selena. I do not wish to object to the restraining order because I know this is the only thing that will make me stay away from her and stop me from killing her. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Taylor Swift had one, of
Yes. I think something
course.
recently just happened too with him.
Yeah. Is this the guy that he said he sent her hundreds of emails, letters,
Hmm.
tweets saying things like, if anyone in Taylor Swift's family gets killed, it's not my fault.
Yes.
Ugh. He said he'll carry a gun to protect her for the rest of her life. So it's very strange. Very strange. I think I can't remember who the celebrity was, and I just read about it, but I didn't take notes. Someone had someone light themselves on fire in their
What?
backyard and then shoot themselves in the head, and she was like staying at her parents' house.
Jeez.
I can't remember what celebrity it was. But yeah, she got a call from the cops like there's a dead person in your backyard right now.
What
The
the
fuck?
fuck?
Jeez. Have you ever had a stalker?
No. Knock on wood. Have you?
I've had some creepers that like threatened to kill themselves if I didn't love them or something. But that was like when we were teenagers. So,
Yeah, I filed a restraining order, but that's about it.
I mean, actually, our neighbors that one time that we got
Oh,
a restraining order.
yeah.
I don't know if that's really stalking, but that we were targeted out for no reason, and he was
Jeez.
gonna kill us with a brick, apparently.
Cute. I love that as a weapon of choice.
Dane would go out with his crossbow every time we walked the dogs.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he would walk around with his crossbow. I don't know if that's legal, but he did.
I don't
He was like,
know.
I'm gonna shoot this guy if he comes for us. Um, it's very interesting in a millionaire neighborhood.
Yeah, right.
Mentally ill people.
Jesus. More mentally ill people.
Angela.
90 Day Fiance. There are so many people. I don't even know where to start. You
There
start.
are so many. Okay, I don't even know. I feel like you probably have more information than me, but I was looking at Mahmoud and Nicole, which is kind of old news,
Mm,
but he was like arrested for domestic violence. And there's like a lot of drama, and I think they stopped filming them. I don't know. I don't know if they're together. I don't know the updates, but I know that he was like in jail for a minute.
yeah. Um,
Scary.
scary. I kind of ended up in a rabbit hole about this new couple on Love in Paradise, but
Ooh.
mostly the guy.
Well, I don't watch that.
Okay, so 90 Day Fiance Love in Paradise is when couples, so it's like one American, one non-American, end up like going to this destination together and like figuring it out.
Why haven't I watched that?
I don't know, but this is super, I think it's fucking creepy.
Wait, didn't
So
I watch? I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
So on the new season, there's this couple, Annie and Kyle. Now, Kyle Gordy is a self-proclaimed sperm donor. And not in the way that he goes to a bank, deposits, and leaves.
So he just bangs a lot of
He,
people.
yeah, pretty much. He gets hired by these women and tells them like the best way to get pregnant is the natural way.
Oh my God.
And so he goes, meets them at hotels, and has sex with them. But these women are coming and stepping forward and saying that it's been really rough. It seems fetishized, all these things. And on the show, he won't stay in the same room as Annie. He won't sleep with her. He says that there's a point system and she needs to gain an amount of points in order to like kiss him or anything. Like
What the
very
fuck?
strange.
Okay, I need to watch this.
And it's coming out more. He goes on these like donor trips with other guys to different countries and see how they like compete to see how many women they can get pregnant.
Ew, that is the grossest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. If you guys are like, it's crazy 90 Day Fiance. The best source I get from 90 Day Fiance news is on YouTube. He's called Your Wet Sock. He's fantastic. I adore him.
Oh,
Um, he's been going off about this guy. It's so
it's so
gross. Like,
creepy.
how
Is
can
he like
you?
then owing child support for all these kids?
No.
Like, what the fuck?
But he like wants to have kids all over. And the problem, the like a huge problem with it is that it's not being recorded. So that's why, like, when you go to a sperm bank, it's like max 10. I don't know, like there's a certain
Mm-hmm.
amount that like the sperm can be used. So there's not any like issues if those kids meet or like, and there's no like tracking of where these people like pretty much so incest doesn't happen and like all these things. And so by going this route and using him, there's no tracking of like who he's the father of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ew.
And like he's this like total like your wet sock calls him an incel. I completely agree. He's like
Oh
this
yeah.
like
Ew.
super dweeby dude. Like thinks he's great. He kind of
That's
reminds me
disgusting.
of that guy on TikTok who's like, "What's up, everyone? It's blank. You're like dating coach and teaching you all about women."
Yeah.
You know that guy? He's
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah. Ew.
He's like so disgusting. Um, yeah, he reminds me of him a little bit.
Gross.
But yeah, that has been my rabbit hole of choice lately, and I'm like, oh, Rose, how is this like? It's not. I don't. It's not legal. Like it can't be. But there, like he's been. I think he's been banned from certain countries or
Wait, so
something. But
are
like,
all the women agreeing to get pregnant with him? Like,
yeah,
is
I
that
mean, so he pretty much targets. I don't like to use this word, but he targets like desperate women who are wanting to get pregnant. And he's like, "Oh, I'll do it." Like whatever, and he like is DMing them, and then one woman was like, it was like super rough, like it didn't need to be like this, and he says he needs to like stay within them for 15 minutes in order for it to like
Ugh,
take, and it's really just supposed to be like
no.
one time, and then he ends up like essentially forcing them into sex like multiple times. And right before he got to, I don't know where it's taking place this year, Love in Paradise, but before he got to the destination, he stopped in London to like get someone pregnant.
What the fuck? Why is this woman he's dating okay with this?
I don't know.
And she knows
And she's like,
everything.
I think so. She's like, he seemed so different talking to him on the phone and like that way than in person. And it's like, of course, because he's trying to get what he want. Like,
Yeah. Wow.
yeah,
I need to watch this.
yeah. I took you down a different route today. That was my big research for 90
That is
Day.
nuts.
Yeah.
Ew. I read about Angela who now is claiming she is going to have a part in a small movie that's
Didn't she get
upcoming.
fired?
Yeah, she got fired from 90 Day Fiancé
Yeah.
because she abused Michael basically.
Yeah.
He literally ran
Poor
away from
Michael.
her. Yeah, and hid.
I don't blame him.
Um,
Michael.
she's also gotten like a ton more surgery and she looks crazy.
Yeah, well, that's what ends up happening.
It's wild. She's upsetting. She's very entertaining, I gotta say, but eek. Oh yeah, and then Big Ed. Do you have
I mean,
uh
all the news is coming out now that the show's
yeah,
happening.
yeah.
And are we surprised? No. I mean, we talked about this however many months ago. We'll link the old episode in the description of when we talked about Big Ed and Liz. But it's like now it's all coming out that they're done. Liz left him. He's the creep we all knew he was.
She's kind of not okay
No,
too.
they're toxic. They are both toxic.
Apparently she lost her shit at him in front of her kid because like his parents or his family made pasta that was too
Yep.
spicy or something like that.
It's about the
And she
pasta
like
this time,
it is
guys.
about the pasta. She like threw shit and like I don't even know. She's
Dude.
posting passive aggressive shit on Instagram. Like I guess Ed got mad at her when she made a mess in the kitchen with her kid, like making cookies or something. And she posted this thing with like flour all over the place. And she's like, "We're having fun now." Like
My God.
Ed is disgusting though.
Yeah.
And you could see her spiraling into alcoholism when she was with him. So
Mm-hmm. Lots
that's
of bad
fun.
things.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. 90
90
day.
day. I need to get back on the 90-day
I
train.
know. I feel like we were so hardcore 90 day people.
Yeah.
And then,
There are just some really good other shows out right now.
there's a lot.
Yeah. Like actual, like Ripley. I don't know. So many good things.
I just binge watched Acapulco on Apple
Oh,
TV. It
is it
is
good?
so cute.
Okay.
I love it.
Is that
It's,
with what's his face? Oh my God. I can't remember his name. The musician.
I don't know. But it's about
Ricky
this
Martin.
no, that's Palm Royale.
Oh
Also
yeah, yeah, yeah.
very good. So I
That is
watched
good.
Palm Royale first, and then someone recommended I watch Acapulco because I liked Palm Royale. And I was like, okay, great. But it is so cute. It's about
Oh.
this like billionaire dude and like how he got there. He's telling his nephew his whole like life story. And it goes back and takes place in the 80s at this resort where he gets a job. And
Oh.
in Acapulco in Mexico. So it's like this hotel in Mexico. It's so cute. I love it.
Nice.
Highly recommend if you need like a feel good show.
I I do. I need one.
Yeah, it's so
Um,
good.
oh my God, wait. I was trying to think of this. I just watched a documentary and I cannot remember what it's called about this girl who murdered her parents.
Oh, what Jennifer
Yeah.
knew.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is crazy.
I started it.
It's
I have not
really
finished it.
interesting and it has like a lot of information about culture, pressure, and like it's just it's intense. Man, I'm drawn
Apparently,
to the dark shit,
no
obviously.
shit. Apparently one to skip is the Ashley Madison documentary. Apparently it's terrible.
Oh, okay. Haven't watched that. I see it pop up, but
Yeah, but apparently it's bad.
man,
But you know what's not bad though?
what?
Our quick shots of truth. Quick shots of truth.
Yay.
Yay.
Mine are really lame for this one.
Same.
Just
This will
be
be
prepared.
great. I love it.
Okay. Do you want to go first or me?
You can go first.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Uh, Phone call, text, or voice memo?
I literally put the same fucking question.
Are you serious? Because we were just talking about this.
That's exactly why I put it. Honestly, if it's friends, I'd rather call.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, I know someone on here has become very fond of the audio message, and they're super fun to get. But yeah, I'm big on just like calling my friends
Yeah,
and
I like.
family. But I do like to send an audio message during the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Texting's just annoying.
Texting's annoying. If I don't know the person very well, I would prefer a text.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
same. Same.
Yeah. Um, Ice cream or gelato?
Gelato.
Concert or theater?
Concert. Except
Ooh.
they both happen so late. I love like a
Agreed.
midday. I like a
Yeah.
matinee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Wine or beer?
Wine.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
I need that one.
Yeah. How dare
Okay.
you? Okay. I'm gonna change out that question to one from a different list.
Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Reddit or Twitter?
Reddit. I don't use
Can
Twitter.
well, I mean to like read and get your stuff.
Reddit.
Okay. Candles or incense?
Candles.
Type or write?
Right, I guess, but typing is way faster for
Yeah.
me.
Herb and veggie garden or a flower garden?
Urban veggie garden.
Okay. Frosted tips or blocked highlights?
Um, I did the blocked highlights
Same.
growing up, like
It was
giant
bad.
stripes. Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
Love it.
Love
That was a good
it.
one, that last one.
Well, guys, we made it
Oh,
through. We've made it through another episode. We did it.
we
So
did
proud.
it. Thank
Thanks, you
you.
guys, as
We
always.
can't wait to see what comes out about the baby reindeer. Maybe we'll be covering a
Baby
live
reindeer.
court case. That would be entertaining as shit.
That would. I agree.
I'm very passionate.
I concur. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, do all the good things.
I love that
All
you
the
always
things.
count on your
Count them
forehead.
out. Because there's so many things to say. I don't want to forget. So many
I
things,
love it.
guys. But don't
So
forget,
many.
like, subscribe, follow, listen, do all the good things.
Comment on our posts, answer our questions.
Yeah, we have so
Do it
much fun.
all.
Do it all. Be the best follower ever.
Follow us because we're getting close to our merch giveaway and we
Yeah.
need to do an actual giveaway.
Merch
Keep an eye
giveaway.
out for that.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Yes. All right, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, midday, morning, whatever time you're
Drive,
listening.
whatever you're doing.
Whatever
Yeah.
you're doing. We appreciate you. Bye.
Bye.